Hi, my dear people. I'm back. I'm still with a sore throat. I'm still with a little bit of flu, but I wanted to create a new video. I wanted to be there again, and I wanted to thank you, everybody who connected with me, everybody who liked my video, everybody who was like cheering me on, saying you gotta do it, you gotta keep on doing it, and I'm back again with my next video. I wanted to talk about love, recognition, and achievement today. This is a difficult path. How did we learn that we are loved? How did we learn that we are good? How did we learn that what I'm doing is the right thing to do? Well, probably by appraisal, because probably somebody told me that I do the right thing. Somebody not clapped their hands, but most likely somebody let me understand that what I'm doing is right. So somebody nodded to me, somebody approved of me, somebody let me understand that this is the way to behave, to think, to express myself. That I'm going to be recognized, that I'm going to be a part of, that I'm going to be belonging to the intimate circle of first my family, then my wider relationships, kept on going with school, with university, with my workplace, where I'm going to sports, to my community, to my church, to everywhere where I come up with people. So each time I'm relating to people, I understand that there's something which is mine, which is ours, which I share, which I think is the right thing to do, which I think people and me have the same values we're sharing, having the same ideas about what is good and what is bad, okay? And this is how I came up with behaviors, with ways of thinking, and with ways of feeling about myself and about others. Yeah, it's about feeling, you know, which made me understand that I am belonging. This is a difficult path, because I can belong to somewhere, and I can later on have a different, let's say, mindset, a different way of looking at it, and I can revise the way I'm evaluating my feelings about what I think, what I do, what I adhere to, what I think is the right thing to do, the right way to express myself. So this is like an ongoing process of me trying to understand where I'm belonging, to whom I belong, and how I feel with myself. So when we talk about love, we talk about me feeling, well, first of all, with myself. It's maybe not so clear to us, but then we get it reflected in relationships, obviously. So inside of our relationships, people reflect to us if we are okay, or if we do the right thing, or if we participate in the right way, or if we are accepted, if we are recognized to be part of the same flock, let's say. So I understand about my love, about myself, how people respond to me in the first place. This is how I learn relating to myself, right? At some point, this obviously changes. So then I'm trying to understand, what do I have to do that you guys are pleased, and then hopefully I can do this like feedback process inside of myself to understand if what you reflect to me is really also the thing I'm in tone with, which are my values, which is what I feel representing. Because at some point I maybe get into contact with other groups, with other thinking people, or I like slowly, usually we slowly evolve into new groups. I'm sorry, my throat is dull. And I keep on understanding if this is the way for me to think about myself and about how I want to project myself into the world and how I want to be loved. And I make my decisions about how I feel about myself. So this is a tricky process, because this decision making, which is all head, and how I feel, I call this like here my belly, you know, this is like this box inside of us, which is like the feeling box, you know, this gut box. And this feeling box gives me like this this feedback about, oh, I feel good or I feel bad. But I can't feel good or feel bad just by myself, just by feeling good or feeling bad. This is not the way how feelings work. So feelings, besides of capturing stimuli, I get later on in a video more into this, but just to do a framework about it. If I'm having feelings, my feelings usually are a response to a stimulus. To, oh, you gave me a bad look, or you approved of me, bravo, that was right and good to do. And I start feeling good about myself. But this might not always be the only way that I am in contact with this. I call this safe. Yeah, this box where all my feelings are in here, especially the negative feelings. Because the positive feelings, I usually express them, but the negative feelings or the confusion where I'm not so sure about things, they usually get stuck inside of this. I call this the safe. It's really, it has like the code, you know, and it's good that it has the code, because it guards a whole lot of feelings I might have not understood, which I have just like accumulated throughout life, and I'm suddenly like exposed to them at some point, and when somebody else like gets in conflict with me, or me in conflict with this person, or with more people, or with a group of people. Anyways, what mediates my feelings, what mediates this box where everything is guarded inside, which has like the code, you know, to get into it, is just a part of what is going on inside of myself and what I make decisions to be. So in the end, my head, my thoughts, how I evaluate processes, feelings, or how somebody talks to me, or how I feel about things, my mind gives me information to evaluate if this is good, let's say, or if this is bad. And this is how I, in the end, resolve feeling about it, all right? So our mind has like a huge role in evaluating, or in our growth, about how we think. Let's say things are good, people are good, relations are good, processes are good, projects are good, you know, how I feel about it. Sometimes we say, I don't know how I feel about this, you know. And feeling is predominantly mediated through what we think about things. It's mediated through do I, in the end, and this can be a process, do I, in the end, think what I think, although there is contrast, also although there is conflict, you know, although there's things I need to figure out, I need to differentiate, I need to get more information about, I need to talk to people about who I have in high esteem. to understand how I in the end feel about things, how I in the end feel about how I feel. To make a new decision, to make an understanding for myself. So when I understand that in this whole process, I wanted to talk about love and recognition, and in the end also about achievement today. And when I understand that my love is a decision I had, or let's say a series of decisions I had made in my life, in response to approval or non-approval, then I understand that I can construct, build this love anew. This love is an understanding I'm having of myself, from myself, and I'm having about the people I'm around, and I'm having about what I allow other people to, how to evaluate me, or to love me or to not love me, or to all the gray scales in between, you know. And I can make this decision, and I'm only with information, only with understanding that this process of loving first of all myself, right? We came from there. Loving first of all myself is a process of understanding, do I want to be evaluated, let's say positively, lovingly, by you folks, or by you person, or do I want to be evaluated in a way which I discerned in a process of thinking this is the correct thing to do, or this is the correct way to explore. Let's put it like this. We don't have to be like made all the time, but we can go into this process of discernment, of thinking about if this is the right way to go, you know. And sometimes we come to these crossroads, or we come to these moments where I have to go right or left, or where I have to go more right or left. For me to understand that I come with all the information. Here we're going again to the whole cognition part. With all the information I'm getting day after day, and there's so much information out there, and things are changing so fast, and how I feel about this and how I feel about myself. With new information, I can start to reconstruct a way of reintegrating myself into the community, we could say, by understanding my values, or my value, or how I'm going to be loved, you know, belonging to the group or not belonging to this group, and how I feel about this, and how I draw strength from that, right? Achievement. I wanted to put the achievement part in this like short clip. It's really a short video in reality to cover this entire thing up. Understanding. Love, self-love, love comes from, first of all, what I understood in all my socialization process, when I am good or when I am not good, when I am accepted, when I am belonging. Okay, so this is an ongoing process, but it might be a process I don't discern for a long time, or for part of the way. I understand love, first of all, over recognition, right? Over being applauded, feeling belonging, feeling a part of the flock where I'm in right now. And then I want to bring in this whole leadership part with the achievement. We could, I don't say it is like this, but you can discern this for yourself. We could put achievement in front of self-love, let's say, which means I've learned when they applauded to me, I've learned when I'm belonging. I've learned where I am good, where I am right, okay, where I fit in. It feels also maybe like this, but maybe it doesn't feel like it, but I still do it for my reasons, which I, have my own mental processes. And I could fall into the achievement trap, I call this, which is a leadership, not only a leadership problem, but it pops up a lot there, where I confuse achievement, which is the applause, which is how I learn to be good, to be enough, to be, when I say enough, I'm laughing because it's the other side in reality. To feel being enough would be me, myself, being enough without achievement. But if I reduce myself to, it's a reduction to a point of where I can only feel, because of the lack of love, of real love of myself, that I am loved only by my achievements. There's a problem. There's a big old problem hanging in there, because then I define myself over achievement, over what I have learned to do. Let's say to do. It's always a doing. It's always a doing being. But if I get more onto the part of being and not so much like evaluating myself positively and lovingly, while I'm getting into the part of being here and there is enough, without like bringing, without like giving. Let's say giving is beautiful, giving is a wonderful thing, without being a winner, without being an organizer, without being a controller, and without being, for example, a people pleaser or something like this. It's a tricky thing, I know. So being there, just as I am, just as imperfect, how I am perfect in my imperfectness, is enough for me to feel love and self-love. And the other part would be feeling only loved when I achieve, when I control, when I have results, when I'm a winner, when I'm an organizer, when I'm the one who's at best on the high achievement roller coaster road, all right? And I gotta be very careful with this, because this can lead me into achieving and achieving and achieving and wanting more and giving more and doing more and then suddenly I start confusing this with this success I have there, this applause I get from this. And suddenly I start confusing this with being myself, being with myself, loving myself, accepting myself, being enough for myself, taking my time out, taking time with my family, with my kids, with my loved ones, with my dear friends, with my community, being all there, right? Being vulnerable, and also letting go for a moment, yeah? Letting go of achievement, letting go of production, letting go of having to bring, to having to put in all the time. And for that, being liked and loved and recognized. All right? This was a short one. I'm just like framing a couple of things now with the following videos, just some themes I'm bringing up. But I also wanted to bring up something more into this entire YouTube channel, into this whole series, because I know you guys are looking for me, because I am including love, faith, and leadership. And I'm a Christian, and I know I've had many also non-Christian or non-Catholic clients and followers and people I've had wonderful exchange with. Also people from different religions, which I love to share with all of you. And still my personal belief and faith is a Christian faith, okay? And I would love to share something with you, which I was now asking the Lord to tell me, which is like a difficult one, because he's saying this in Ezekiel 7. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows: Son of man, say, Lord Yahweh says this to the land of Israel: finished. The end is coming for the four corners of the country. This is the end for you. I shall unleash my anger on you and judge you as your conduct deserves, and call you to account for all your loathsome practices. I shall show you no pity. I shall not spare you. This is obviously tough words. I know this is a hard one to do and to get, but this goes right into the same direction of love, self-love, recognition, achievement. To whom am I responding? If we're living in these times right now, and we have to make decisions of how much love to give and how much recognition, on the other hand, to ask for, right? We have to compromise sometimes, and we shouldn't compromise on the one who is the provider, the one who gives to us, the one who's saying, I clap my hands, I knock on, on wood to hear and to see, what are you bringing, what are you doing here? Because I'm the creator of this world, and are you responding to me? So we're in those times, and we also need to ask ourselves if we are being straight with our creator, if we are giving out the word, if we're doing the true thing in his sight, if we are responding to him, or if we're just going our ways, if we're just, accumulating what we want to accumulate, saying what we want to say, to not like knock on with somebody who's in a different opinion. And I'm going to make a video about this too, about communication and about conflict. And then I'm talking about dealing with different belief systems, dealing with different people. And we're living in such a polarized society, world right now, and we need to keep on the dialogue. We cannot fall into this attitude. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go with the current. We need to discern in those moments. We need to understand, what is our faith about? What is God about? And how can you work in my heart? And how can I be still responding to him and to his calling, and be true, not only to the very different kinds of people around me and the different opinions, because I have to do it in love. Okay, then we're back to the love thing. Is what I understand with love, winning always, imposing my beliefs, or am I capable of dialoguing, of getting into the dialogue of the different opinions, and of doing this with love and with the inner security that, I say for us, that the Holy Spirit is going to work in that when we do it with love and in love. And do I love myself as love enough that I can get into relationships, into the dialogue I'm asked to enter right now in these times, always, but it's more important right now. Can I do this in a good light, in a loving light, and how did I learn to do this, and how do I protect myself when I'm getting into possibly strong opinions, and not judging others for thinking differently. So there's a way for us to go, you know. It is on one hand, it is not to be quiet about the truth. I know, you know, the opinions I have come to defend, or my values, you know. And on the other hand, I need to stay in the process of love on this way, in the process of respect, while I express lovingly what I think. And we're getting into this, like the assertive communication, and how I can transport my knowledge, my beliefs, my evaluations to people who don't share them like this lovingly, don't share them like that in the same way. And I need to do this. This is going to be important, you know, for us to stay inside of the dialogue. All right, my name is Christinajunge. I'm a love and leadership coach. I want to bring, through inner healing, love back into our families and our communities. Leadership happens on all levels. You have leadership in families, you have leadership in teams, you have leadership in your workspace, you have leadership in your communities, wherever you are, wherever there's, I'd say, more than one person, you know, we get into the question of leadership. Leadership is wide, and leadership is very differentiated. And we need to think about love when we think about leadership. We can't exercise leadership on a level of submission. Submission, yeah, that's a word, huh? All right. Thank you for listening to the channel. Thank you for giving your like. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the comments, and thank you also for the private comments you were sending me. I love this, and also YouTube will see when you do the likes and you do the subscription, and also when you look until the end the videos, that my stuff works, and you allow me hopefully to grow here, and then it gets played into to rated better, and it gets played into more people, and we can bring out this message to other people. And I think that will be great, not only because of me, which is nice, but when I'm called to do it, I will do it. But also, I think there will be much valuable information out there for many people to be able to understand their inner processes, and to bring this way more love and happiness, let's say, more healing into the communities. All right, I'm learning more and more about the videos. I see right now I did 28 minutes. I can't believe this. This is too long. How will you do it to listen to all this all the time? The last video was 17 minutes, and you were listening around in a average of like 4 minutes. Hey, folks, you gotta stick with me. The book is almost. No, it's not almost. I still need some time to translate it into English, and I'm on it. So you'll see that book appearing here, and I love you all, folks. Thank you for being there. Thank you for accompanying me on this way, and in the end, it's for you. I hope it's for you. God bless you, folks.